Back to another week of performance review, where the point of this video is to show you the analytics, the YouTube algorithm, what happens behind the scenes, right, when videos do well and when videos do bad. First up, it's way too early to assess anything, but we did check out Do-Over Damsel recently. The reason I did this is because Do-Over Damsel is an anime that obviously we haven't checked out yet. And looking at the performance of this series in many other channels, I've noticed that relative to their baseline viewership, Do-Over Damsel was getting more views. And this was not for one individual channel. It seems like that was the case for a lot of these random weekly channels. What does that mean? It means that I think a supply is lacking, but the demand for this show is high. And with that into account, I tried episode 1. And listen, the episode is barely, we barely have, an hour of, upload, right? But it's underperforming, and that's totally fair. In fact, this is a similar situation with Ranma 2, I believe, right? Where, again, from the beginning, right? My audience was not watching, right? My core audience, I'm pretty sure, the Ranma, it's really hard to gauge this, right? But it wasn't really as the first hour upload, right? Look at that. It's kind of in the middle. Typical in this period is a 260 to 380, I think, in the first hour. So it already did pretty good. But the point is, Ranma introduced a completely new audience, as you can see from the not sub to sub ratio. And you can see the purple and blue line. Purple being returning viewers, blue meaning new viewers. That's always good. And I am hoping maybe it won't be the same degree as Ranma, but this will be a series where even if my audience don't care, I'm able to tap into this, tourist audience that is looking for this, this anime. The watch time is okay. We need to let this cook, right? We'll check out Do-Over Damsel in a couple of days, but this is the next project that I have in mind moving forward. All right. Other than that, let's see, what else do we have? I think we can actually just start talking about Ranma too, right? We have caught up with Ranma now, and from the beginning, it hitting 10K is phenomenal, right? And again, it's really good because these viewers are new people coming in, and you always want to have new people coming in. For example, a lot of these community series shows that I do, such as Assassination Classroom, right? It's not airing right now, and we also have, Railgun, Apothecary Diaries as well. These shows are supposed to appease my existing audience, right? You need a balance of, entertaining your returning viewers to consolidate into that community so that people aren't just coming in and going out, but also try with new people. And Ranma was a good project. I got lucky, right? This isn't earned. I'm lucky that I was at the right place at the right time. Let's look at the revenue, 452. The RPM, I believe, again, for this month is going to be the highest it's going to be because it's almost Christmas time. Anytime you have more holidays, any for reasons that advertisers want you to spend money, they're going to be pumping out, more advertisement. Therefore, the RPM ad revenue is going to be high for everybody across the board. And when January comes, it's going to take a hit, but that's how content creation is in terms of ad revenue. The engagement looking very solid, and a lot of people were glazing. Oh my God. This is the funniest part, bro. This is the funniest thing. People say this shit all the time. New people find my channel and they're like, oh my God, bro. Your content is the best I've ever fucking seen. There is nobody doing commentary reactions like you. And I'm like, wait till you realize the other playlists that exist here. You think that I'm going extra hard for Ranma? No, this is the standard of my content throughout every fucking series. But it's good to see that a bunch of new people are coming in, having fun, glazing, and they're getting introduced to our channel. So Ranma, perfect project. I'm so glad that we tried it out, and it's just so good. The average viewership, obviously, first episode's always gonna do well. Make no mistake. First episode is always going to do well, and the viewership will always decline. And after a couple episodes in, I think this truly shows the true baseline. Now, these episodes were uploaded December 1st, right? It hasn't even been a week yet, so we'll let this shit cook. But the fact that we can already hit 3,000 views within a day of upload or so is fantastic, right? So we're killing it. The like ratio too, right? Remember, 10% means that you've done pretty well. These are doing better than 10%, to be honest, and it's definitely scaling downwards. But Ranma is perfect as a new project to introduce to our show, so I'm glad that we did that. Next up, Apothecary Diaries. Apothecary Diaries is fucking crazy. And the funniest thing is, we've already seen Apothecary Diaries a long time ago, but it did so bad. Like you can literally see here, Apothecary. Dude, 11 months ago. I even titled it Non-Pharmacist What a stupid fucking title. But like, we actually checked out Apothecary Diaries a long time ago and it did not do very well. But that was a year ago, right? That was a year ago where, you know, like, it's just a lot of things has changed over a year. I've literally grown 10x over a year. So a new audience is formed and now Apothecary Diaries is doing very, very well. Guess what? We're all up to episode 7, by the way, and that's why it's called early access. If we look at the likes to, you know, viewership ratio, that's really good. Let's look at the first episode. Phenomenal. Doing great. Doing great. Let's look at the audience. Who's coming in? So this is even better. This is a community series. Notice how it's so different to the Rama statistic, right? It's a 50-50 sub to not sub ratio. And on top of that, the blue line and flat line. What does that mean? We have the audience. We are earning this show right now. We're not getting bailed out by trends. We're not getting bailed out by, you know, tourists. No, this is a community show. Even if we didn't poll for it, it's basically like Railgun or Assassination Classroom. RPM 366. I'll work with that, and looking solid. It's looking solid. I'm very glad that this happened. For second episode, it's only been like a day after upload. I don't think enough analytics has not enough time has passed, right? This is kind of what I really look for, but no, it's like a 50-50 split again. A little bit, you know, more skewed towards the subs. So same thing. Apothecary Diaries is going to be fantastic. We're going to be doing a marathon all the way up till January, so that you know how we did it for the ReZero, right? Anytime we have a season 2 announcement, anytime we have like a new thing coming up, I will perfectly time it such that it ends we will end it by the time season 2 is starting. Let's look at some other shows. This was an interesting one. I mean, it's only been a 1 day ago, but again, remember the purpose of these kind of videos? Notice how it's such a different topic, right? It's VTuber drama. Now, this is not anime reactions, but it's kind of like anime adjacent. I believe that the, you know, VTuber audience definitely do enjoy anime, and even if they don't watch anime reactions, it's sometimes good to just kind of dip your toes in the water. Let's look at the analytics for this. Has enough time passed for it to, you know, build analytics actually? This is pretty cool, right? It's outperforming. It's doing really, really well right now, actually. I guess it was like a spicy topic, right? Everybody loves drama. And the sub to not sub ratio, a little bit more skewed to not sub, almost like a 60-40 split, right? So this is pretty good. Now, what you don't want to do is constantly make videos like this, right? It's like the Asmongold reaction, for example. Great. I got a bunch of views, right? Let me bring up the Asmongold example. Asmongold. Right? Like, fantastic. We hit almost 30,000 views with this shit. In a single 15-minute recording session without any edits, I do this one take, I've earned $134 fucking dollars. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. I got almost 200 new subs from this one single video. But here's the thing. Do you think that these people are gonna watch my anime reactions? I don't really think so. I'm lucky if 10% will do. So these 200 subs, it's kind of dead subs. And this is why making more videos like this, you gotta be careful, right? I think it's okay to play around, dip your toes in the water, try to expand your audience beyond the small box of the audience that you've been categorized into. But if this is the only thing that you're doing, not a good plan. It's actually fucking crazy how, like, look at this shit. Very rarely will you ever get new viewers like this. This is evergreen content. And it was very carefully strategic content too, right? I knew for a fact that his audience would enjoy my commentary. Because my commentary, a lot of my stuff, you know, my opinions and stuff are influenced by Baldi after all. So it's a very carefully crafted plan and it popped off and I'm glad it did well. What the fuck is 10%? Almost 8% female is crazy. Why would 8.7% of people watch this shit? Asmongold himself already has like 1% female viewership. Why the fuck would me reacting to it get this much females? Anyways, it's what I'm trying to tell you right now is these kind of content, it's good to do once in a while. I try to do, like, if I'm uploading 8 videos a day, I think like 4 of them will be anime reactions, and the other 4 will be a bunch of YouTube reaction related content. And of those 4, I try to do 3 that is more grounded with what our community wants, but one of them will be like evergreen content, just to kind of spice things up. So the Mugen reaction, it did pretty great. Next up, anything stands out here? Low performing shows like this is not much to really talk about, but right now the struggling shows definitely are Tower of God, Mao 299, and what else? Loner Life used to kind of turn out actually kind of decent this week. I don't know why, but I'm hoping that it's going to do better later on. Let's look at Dandadan. And this is fucking hilarious. Dandadan episode got almost 10k views, which is great, but notice how I double dipped here? I managed to get 3.2 thousand views off of a 1-minute update video. Wonder how much money that actually made. Let's look at it. It's actually really funny. The reason I made that video, if you haven't watched, is because we got demonetized. There was not enough censorship in the videos, and it was too risque. And that's why I had to kind of wait and give you guys an update to what's happening. But let's look at these 2 videos. 1-minute clip. Somehow got 2 subs off of it. Hey, $3? I'll fucking take that. You telling me that I'm worth $3 every minute? Not really, right? But hey, I'll fucking take that. It's just, you know, my people, right? 60-40 split almost. Now looking at the actual episode of Dandadan. Yep, Dandadan is always going to perform well. A lot of people are getting hard carried by Dandadan right now. And they're in for a rude awakening when January shows up as they realize that, oh my god, the algorithm dropped me. No. This is an example of a rising tide lift all boats. You didn't earn this. A tide, a trend has shown up miraculously to give everyone a boost in viewership. Make no mistake that the people watching you for Dandadan is most not likely watching you for you, and you need to understand how to pivot, how to work with the audience that you've been granted, right? This is a privilege right now. 60-40 split, new people coming in every time for Dandadan, fantastic. If you look at the reach, obviously it's always going through browse features, right? Nothing through YouTube search engine. What the fuck? YouTube search terms. What? Well, I did make the comment that Momo is basically giving Okarun a full body hand job when we were maneuvering in the water, right, with their Esper powers. That's fucking crazy though. I didn't even, like, that's crazy. I guess what I say in the video sometimes, like, I do think that, like, here's the thing. Just because you have this shit on the titles, right? I think the YouTube algorithm, the system known as YouTube, I think there is a part of it where it listens to everything that you're saying, any words, and it could technically then be used in the search engine too. I'm not really sure, but that's pretty fucking weird, huh? Let's look at the revenue. 319 RPM. I'm happy with that. Anything over $2 is fantastic with me. Let's move on. Rama's doing well. Spirit Chronicles is kind of falling off, right? But 2K over a week is nothing to laugh at. I'm happy with that. That's the baseline right now. Assassination Classroom and Railgun. These are our community series, right? So let's look at an example of both. Assassination. Let's look at the most recent one, and let's also look at the most recent Railgun one. Railgun, right? Boom, boom. Maybe we can use this one, which is a little bit older. So you'll notice that Assassination Classroom and Railgun, because they're community series, we're not really gonna get much new subs off of this, right? Not really. If you look at the audience, right? Again, it's all just returning viewers. Nearly 50-50 split there, and most likely the same thing with Railgun, right? 50-50 split makes sense because, again, what's the point of these shows? Remember, it's the opposite of evergreen content. What is evergreen content? I just told you. Trying out new shit. Trying out new things to branch out to a different audience. This is evergreen content. But you also need to do more. Honestly, I think you need to do... I don't know an exactly good ratio, but I think that you need to really focus on appeasing your existing audience, because you need to, again, work with what you got. If you're constantly trying new shit and you're popping off and getting new views, but those viewers are leaving, what is the fucking point? right? You need to work with what you have. Both revenue 334 RPM here 331, about the same. So Assassination Classroom and Railgun, it's very rare that we have two community series that's performing very well at the same time. Usually one of them is kind of fraudulent and the other one is doing better, but both the performance is fantastic, so I can't really ask for more. Let's look at anything else. 100 Girlfriends trailer actually did really well, huh? It did. 100 Girlfriends. It's coming up this January. And yeah, demonetized. This thumbnail got removed, by the way. YouTube literally removed this episode's thumbnail because it was so fucking crazy. 100 Girlfriends, bro? Oh, we're gonna have to censor a lot, but the viewership is fucking cracked for this shit, man. Why? Because it's harem. Look at the trailer. It was like a 6-minute video, right? Trailers usually do well because it's like a trending shit and it's short content. 638, 157 RPM makes sense to me, right? Remember, RPM is a function of your demographic of your audience, but also how long people watch for. If it's a 6-minute video, obviously it's not going to perform at the same level as like, Railgun or Assassination Classroom, where it's just like 4 or 5 times the length of that, right? Look at the audience, all returning. So that's a good, that's actually pretty decent, right? It's obviously we always want new people coming in, but the fact that we can hit these kind of numbers off a fucking trailer with just returning viewers, so that's gonna be very, very good. And wow, is it surprising, guys, that there's a 0% female turnout for this? Wow, I'm shocked. Who would have thought that an anime about a dude getting 100 girlfriends would get a 0% female rate, huh? Crazy, right? Crazy. Next up, let's look at the soul leveling trailer. Soul leveling trailer also fucking did crazy. Let's see. Yep. And the craziest thing about this soul leveling trailer, okay, is the fact that it's not even a soul leveling trailer. It's a fucking... It's just plugging, right? It's 500 likes, 10, almost like 8K likes. Sorry, you guys can't see that. There's the number right there. The craziest shit is that, bro, it's just announcing Lisa and Felix will be doing the fucking announcement. Yet, look at this shit. It's still getting views because soul leveling is a very hyped up trend. For the first time in a while, we're actually getting into the YouTube search engine, which is great. Let's look at the how people found me, right? Usually through recommendations, but notice this. Sometimes, and I've always been very insistent on this, right? That if you need to rely on the search engine, you've already failed as a YouTuber unless your content is specifically about like guides of a very specific thing or reviews of a very specific thing. In anime reactions content, I think that recommendations is the way to go by making videos by understanding who your audience is and giving them what they want. But sometimes you do get placed in the search engine like this, and the viewership is no joke. It's like 33.2 thousand, right? This video's gotten like 8 point something, but this is 3.2k views. This is not an insignificant amount. And why is that happening? Couple reasons. When you search things on the YouTube search engine, right? Solo leveling trailer. I'll probably show up. Maybe I have to do reaction. Oh, that's not how you spell reaction. Reaction, right? Boom. So notice how Nicholas Light is number 1. And then there's a bunch of mashup shit. And you'll notice that it's just all popular views. The search engine will only show you videos that like a lot of people are making this reaction content. Click recently uploaded and you'll realize that like a lot of people, here I am, right? A lot of people here too, right? Here too, right? They're making the reactions. But not everyone's going to be thrown in the search engine because the search engine ranks the videos of similar categories, similar shit. They will rank the videos and show the highest performing shit, right? That's why this is happening. Maybe if I focus more to season 2 trailer, will I show up? I mean, through a mashup, I guess, but you'll notice that like Nicholas Light heavily dominates because he's in the top of this game. Like any industry, the top of the top will get like 90% plus of the earnings, while everyone else at the bottom just like fights over scraps. But that's just how capitalism works at the end of the day. And because like there's not that many people doing this shit right now, I guess, I kind of made it onto the search engine. And also note that the search engine is biased towards your watch history, because if I do this, right? Let's do this. What I mean bias towards watch history is that everyone typing the same shit is not gonna have the same results. It's based on your history. So if you go to incognito and do this shit, and let's say I type and you search the same thing, will I get the same results? Well, let's look at this, right? I mean, it's a bit different, right? Obviously, Nicholas Light is still on top because he's #1. Then there's a separate trailer, right? Then there's these trailers. It's all Nicholas Light, actually. Notice how it's a bit different? I don't even show up here, actually. Yeah, I show up here. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that search engine is very biased. The most objective way to see if you made it in the search engine, I guess, is through incognito. But that's also not really objective because everyone else's search history is different. Their like profile, like what kind of videos have you watched, you know? What kind of audience are you? So that's why relying on the search engine for anything is really pointless because I'm competing against Nicholas Light. I'm competing against your boy Roshi. It is a losing game. Do not, and not only that, search engine shit is usually just tourist content. So there's no point trying to compete in a battle where you've already lost. Focus on who your audience is and work with them. And the recommendation system will get the videos out. Sure, the search engine can help out, but relying on it is very stupid and misguided. Let's look at the revenue. 161 RPM makes sense because it's a 2-minute video. But again, it's so fucking stupid that a 2-minute video got 8.7k views, and this isn't even an actual Solo Leveling trailer either, because it's just fucking, you know, it's just featuring Lisa and Felix. They're like, oh, they're the ones doing this shit. Let's see. I did do another follow-up for the Asmongold shit. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a staple of my content, but I have noticed that both videos have performed pretty well, right? Let's look at this. It's a follow-up of Johnny Somali shit. Got 6k views, right? I mean, shit. 44 minutes and you're getting like $32? That's not too bad, right? It's not the same as the other video that really popped off, but let's look at the audience. So again, more new people coming in. And that's good, right? It's good. And like, but like, why would I do an Asmongold video at the Korea situation? Because I'm Korean, I guess, but like, it's just, those kind of content, it's too touristy. Asmongold is playing a different game where he can cover anything, right? It's like Moist Critical too. Once you've gotten to a certain stage, you don't really have an audience looking for a specific type of content, but just rather for you. And he does commentary on so much global politics and random bullshit and gaming, right? I know that I could probably still farm more views if I keep reacting to his videos, but the people coming in, I just don't think the quality is there. It's not a good idea to keep spamming these videos, even though I know that I can get the views, because again, chasing views does not create a community. Consolidating into the existing audience that you've brought in through watching different shit, that's how you create a community. For some reason, this ReZero video got a lot of views. ReZero. Emilia doesn't follow Subaru into the toilet got almost 5k views. Almost as much as the fucking... It got more than Al Break Time. No, this Al Break Time is actually the craziest one, right? Al's Secret Exposed, like almost like, you know, 7k views here. Then we got Emilia doesn't follow Subaru to the toilet because that's actually what happened. Yeah, it's just a stupid ass video, bro. A lot of it actually is hitting through the search engine right now, which is interesting. And why is that? Probably because people are actively looking for ReZero Break Time. If we look at the search history, right? If you look at the reach and look at the keywords, yeah, they're kind of just looking for ReZero reactions. They're looking for break time, right? So that's kind of what's happening there. Audience tab, obviously just actually relatively some new people coming in. That's surprising considering ReZero is something that I heavily just cover. That's actually really interesting too. Look at this shit. I thought that this would be like more of like a 50-50 split of community series. Let's look at this and let's look at this one then. I'm going to look at the finale episode and I'm going to look at something else too. So finale episode, been fantastic. Look at the audience, obviously all returning viewers, 50-50 split, community series. Looking at this break time though, will this have... No, it's a 50-50, interesting. Something about, I guess this one was just wide appealing to people. It probably has to do with Emilia not following Subaru into the toilet. Very stupid potty joke. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it, right? All right, we'll check out this one, final one. This thing. We got 2 of these actually. Let's check out 2 of these. Okay, so we'll look at this. Where is it? We got this one, and we got the Iron Mouse. Ooh. Iron Mouse. Yeah. So 5% ratio, right? Look at that. 8.6 to 460, roughly 5% ratio. Already I know that this is a wide appealing video to tourists, right? Same with this one. So all I did was just read a fucking Twitter thread, and we can get views like this because it's a controversial topic, right? New people coming in is always good. Yep, this is an evergreen content. Even though the topic is ReZero and you would think that it's just gonna be a community series again, notice that's a bit different. Why is it different? Because it's not really about ReZero reactions, but more of like people flaming ReZero, you know, online. And same with this one, right? There is no way, yeah, exactly. Way more new people coming in, right? This is again, evergreen content. You gotta spice it up once in a while. You have your bread and butter community series and anime reactions that you're doing, but also spice it up and try new things and maybe new people coming in. And the VTuber audience, hopefully there's some anime enjoyers there. ReZero stuff, of course, they're already a ReZero enjoyers, so hopefully they're checking out the playlist. But this is, you know, I just want you to understand the difference of different type of content, right? When you have, you know, when you start like making videos, you're gonna have people subscribing, but you need to work with that audience, because the moment that you pivot your content and cover something else, the existing fan base is not gonna watch what you want. And as hard of a pill to swallow it is, and I honestly think that there is nothing to be respected or to be prideful of a person that says, I don't care about the viewership, I'm gonna watch whatever I want. Okay, great. You wanna do that? Go ahead. But don't fucking come here crying to me that you can't grow at all and you can't do this full time. Because at the end of the day, you are a servant. You are serving your audience. And if you're not giving the audience what they want, you're wasting everyone's time. This is not some sort of idealistic hobby where you can do whatever you want and you can just live your dreams. No. At a certain point, when you get to that moist critical level, maybe. But you need to understand who is your audience and give them what they want. But a lot of people who have no understanding of the algorithm will think that this is a bad mindset and that you're just doing this for the views. No. The views are a byproduct of knowing who your audience is and giving them the content. Why would I make videos and waste time when I'm not pleasing the audience that I've curated over this time, right? It's a momentum thing. It's a snowball effect. You gotta work with what you got. And if you try to pivot content without the consideration of who your audience is, you're fucking up. But that doesn't mean that you should always make videos for your audience. You need to also try evergreen content. Try to reach out, check out new trends and different stuff, but keep a balance. It needs to be a harmony of doing trends, evergreen content, new people coming in. And then when new people are coming in, don't make it a revolving elevator door. Consolidate into the community by understanding who your audience is and make videos for them. That's it. See you next time.